Today, Michael Bennet appeared on MSNBC with Katy Tur. You can't play ball with Katy Tur. She knows her stuff. She's a woman who worked with Oberman at some time. Michael Bennet likes to go out there and talk about all these other candidates that want Medicare for all are wrong. All these other candidates that want the Green New Deal. All these other candidates that want things that will help the American citizens. They are all wrong. But then he wants to call himself a transformational president. He's saying the democracy has failed. It's not working. He's going to be a transformational president. Well, Katy Tur decided to call him out on that.
It seems like you're saying that the democracy that we are currently living in, it doesn't work, it's broken, which calls for foundational change. But you're not a foundational change candidate. Why are you not a candidate calling for Medicare for all, like some of the other candidates? Why are you not a candidate coming out there and saying we need to fix Washington, and in order to fix it, we've got to change it from the ground up? Why are you still so in the moderate wing?
I do believe that. I actually believe I'm more of a foundational candidate than the ones that are offering Medicare for all, because I know that's just an empty promise. It's just an empty promise.
Why can't Canada have it? Why can't UK have it? Why can't we have it?
It is different from what we have, from what Bernie Sanders' bill is to begin with, but there's an answer for that, which is we already have an existing healthcare system. And we can decide that we're going to spend the next 10 years fighting a losing battle for Medicare for all, or we can fight to restore economic opportunity for people. We can fight on the climate front, and we can lead the foundational change you're talking about. I'm the only person in this race who has said that if I'm elected president, I will go to every one of 50 states to lead an effort to pass a constitutional amendment to overturn Citizens United. That is foundational change. I believe we need to end partisan gerrymandering in this country. That is foundational change. I believe we need to do so much more to ensure that every single person in every single election has the right to vote. What I don't believe is that if we put out a half-baked plan called Medicare for all that's not even paid for, and that if it were paid for, would cost the same amount of revenue as 70% of all the revenue the federal government will collect over the next 10 years without dealing with the foundational stuff that you're talking about, then it is an empty promise. And it's just politicians trying to galvanize their base, politicians trying to create greater division, instead of, in a very clear-eyed way, looking forward to saying, how are we going to dig our way out of the mess that we're in right now? Because it is a mess, and it's not just Trump. He's a symptom of our problems, not the essential cause, in my view. He certainly has made matters much worse.
Let's sit down and have this conversation in a longer format sometime.
Notice how fast he got off for Medicare for all, right? Remember, these guys are nothing more than corporate hacks. And I already placed him on our failed Democrat site for being somebody who is talking against Medicare for all, but doesn't have a way to tell Americans that you're not going to be faced with a $6,000 deductible before you can even use your insurance. You're not going to have all these co-pays before you can use your insurance.